You gotta have faith, faith, faith. The first glorious mystery, the resurrection. The fruit of this mystery is faith. And today we are going to talk all about why you should have faith, why Jesus actually rose from the dead, and most importantly, why you need to be praying your rosary. So let's jump right into the video. Make no mistake about it. The resurrection changes everything. The actual event, when it happened, that changed everything. Why are we talking about the resurrection in the month of November, in the fall time? Actually, on the calendar, we're as far away from Easter as we can possibly be. So why now? Why are we talking about this now when everything's dying around us? Well, faith is so important in the autumn and the winter times of our life. It's easy in the spring times when everything is full of new life, but it is in these times and the times where unfortunately things are dying and things are getting colder, maybe sadder, darker, that we need faith most. Today's video hopefully will remind you of the miracle that is our Lord's victory over sin and death, his conquering the grave. In case you have forgotten, here is what the passage of the resurrection looks like. Yes, take a moment, pause the video, read over this gospel passage. So why is the gift of faith so closely tied with the resurrection? Well, what is faith? Faith is complete confidence in Jesus Christ, in who he says he is and what he has proclaimed he has done. And that is being the Son of God and raising the dead to life. Now, faith is related but distinct from the virtue of hope, which we will talk about in the second glorious mystery video, the Ascension. So hold on tight. I hope that you will be a subscriber and hit the bell notification so you always get notified of when we put out new videos like that second glorious mystery video. I have faith in my subscribers that they always tune in to my newest videos. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So why do we have faith? And what is the difference between faith and hope? Well, faith is complete confidence in Jesus Christ, like we said, and hope is hope for things unseen. So let's look at faith. What is Jesus saying that he has done? He's raised the dead to life. And how can we know this for sure? Other than, the four gospel, the eyewitness testimony, the fact that women were the ones who first proclaimed to see the empty tomb, even though in Jewish custom, women's testimony would not hold up in court. And just remember that Jesus was seen with his disciples upwards of 3 or 4 times after he was proclaimed to be dead. So we saw Jesus when he broke bread with those 2 apostles, the 2 disciples on the road to Emmaus. We also see him in the upper room when Thomas wasn't there the first time, and then Thomas the second time, he says, "My Lord and my God," when he sees the nail marks in his hands and the wound in his side. We see him on the beach cooking breakfast for Peter. There's many times in the Gospels after Jesus has died that we have reports of people seeing him. And not only that, there are many other historical, corroborative, archaeological pieces of evidence that you can look up and see just more and more and more reasons why the resurrection is not just a myth, is not just mythology, but is actual historical fact. Maybe you're like me and you haven't always been the most faithful Christian or Catholic, and that's okay. We've all had times, moments of doubt in our lives. So I recommend reading a book maybe like The Case for Christ or The Case for Faith by Lee Strobel, who's actually an investigative journalist, and he looks into the many reasons why Jesus was truly God, truly died, and had an empty tomb, and why all of these historians believe that this is an actual event that happened throughout history. Another piece of evidence that he ends the first book, The Case for Christ, on is that why would people die for a lie? Why would the apostles go to their deaths because of a fabricated idea that Jesus rose from the dead? No, these people were convicted. These people knew that Jesus Christ was who he said he was and actually rose from the dead. Take, for example, Paul, who was previously known to be persecuting Christians. And what did he do? He threw away his status and his livelihood to become one of the foremost disciples, one of the people who wrote the most letters, the most epistles to new parts of the church, to new territories, proclaiming this is who Jesus Christ is, and this is his church. Follow him. And Paul had a fine life before he decided to convert, and he threw all of that away. But why would he have done that if it wasn't true? Remember, Jewish custom was the cornerstone of society at that time, and many thousands of Jews came to be baptized in a short amount of time. Why would they give up everything they knew, everything that their ancestors knew, for this new guy, this new person who claimed to be the Son of God, Jesus Christ? There are countless numbers of reasons that we could proclaim that Jesus is truly risen, but that's not the main point of this video. The main point is that we need to pray for the gift of faith. We need to pray the rosary, the glorious mysteries, the resurrection, meditating and asking for the gift of faith, because sometimes we do have doubts. Sometimes we do forget the wonders, the miracles that God has worked for his people. And we forget that he can do these miracles, he can work these miracles for even us, raising our soul from death to life. And he raises us to life every time we see him in the Eucharist. He is alive there. He has conquered sin and death every time at Mass. The grave could not hold him. And this is the foundation of our faith. This is Christianity. So take that time today to pray your rosary, meditating upon the gift of faith and the mystery of the resurrection. Thank you for listening to these videos. Thank you for tuning in. And please check out sheenrosaries.com. If you haven't got a rosary already, if you want to buy your own rosary or a rosary for a friend, maybe a friend who needs the gift of faith. Thank you, and share this video with those friends. Share those videos with people who you know need faith. From us to you, through Mary.